leader. Okay, this could be someone where the motion is supposed to be associated with them, like the blessing, the reward, the covenant, the promise. But it's something about who this person has tied themselves to, because there's some type of false reward system that's been created between these connections. Whoever these people are, whoever these toxic individuals are that this person is listening to. So I want to be clear. When you're in a position of leadership, yes, you do need to listen to the people who are following your charge. Absolutely. However, you listen and you discern. You listen and you discern. A lot of people are very sensitive when it comes to the word like judging or judgment. At the end of the day, it doesn't stop, the necessity of judgment, because judgment is a necessity of life. Okay, especially when it comes to spiritual customs in general, right? It's more so on the spiritual side of things. It does make a difference. It does matter. Okay, like, how can you say in one context it's okay to judge, right? For an example, nigga, if you just out here molesting people and shit and, doing weird shit, like, bro, why would you make the judgment to have that person around your child? If you discover that information that this person has harmed people, has SA'd people and stuff like that, is it really, wise to, well, I'm not gonna judge that person, so yeah, they can be around my children, I'll risk having them around my sibling's child and shit like that? No, that makes no sense. So a lot of times when we find judgment to be okay, quote unquote, not really, it's normally in the court system. But there's always been a court system in spirit. There's always been judges. And there's judges that we can't see. There's court hearings and all these things going on in the spirit realm simultaneously, as above, so below. So if you was to make the wrong judgment and have that person around somebody else's child, and they was to do that same thing that you've gained knowledge of, that they do, they was to do that same thing to that child, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Who's in the wrong? Who needs to take accountability of that even happening? Are we just going to blame the person because they did that? It ain't like I did it. It's not like I didn't know, but you enabled this individual and gave them access and grounds to wreak havoc. You created space and opportunity for that person to wreak havoc or to create chaos and discord, trauma, harm. You created space for that. And people love, like, when it's just on the surface level and, like, you'll tell somebody, oh, I can see that you have a lot of leadership qualities and you'll make a great leader. Or even if they are in situations where they're leading things, because normally if you're an ordained leader of God, you're going to be in different, sizes of experiences or situations where you're put in position to lead, even if it's something very minimal. But that's a part of your building blocks of leadership. And with that comes needing to practice discernment. When you are listening out to, the people whom they don't really have that energy of leadership. They're more so like following you around. They're always following you around type shit. They may make suggestions, but, it's not, they don't really have a vision rooted in integrity. Most of their vision is rooted in vanity. So if God has ordained you to lead from a place of integrity, why would you bend to honor somebody that's making a suggestion or giving some advice or suggesting that you take some type of action that's outside of divine will? Or it doesn't align with integrity. People can sit here and play dumb and make excuses and but situations like truth is not enough, meaning you're treating it as if God is not enough because God is truth. Some people treat situations like love is not enough. Okay, so you're treating God like God is not enough because God is love. Temperaments, resolve, counsel that is sound. Some people treat it like it's not enough, and then they end up making decisions, doing some shit that is ungodly as hell to resolve quote unquote an issue when they're not resolving anything at all. If anything, they're digging into a wound. They're not applying any type of healing to that wound. But then want to talk shit and bitch and gossip about the results. You stabbed that person in the back. That person felt that. They feeling that. They're in pain because of it. They come to you about it. And even though you can actually reach the area of their back where you stabbed them at and put, I don't know, like a bandage, like some shit, you could take them to the hospital. That's something that you can do to correct the issue. But sometimes people will choose pride instead. Sometimes people will choose to play oblivious because it's in your back. The wound is in your back. So when you're standing in front of them face to face, they're going to play like they don't know it's there. They're going to act like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Cool. Cool. So then, when that wound becomes infected, there's so much more that you risk, as well as people. People jeopardize the futures of the people they claim they care about because of that one person outside of that group that those people they claim they care about ostracized or exiled, didn't want them to be a part of anything, didn't want the person to minimize their time spent with them for that outside person. And so y'all gonna shit on the outside person. Don't know anything about them for real. You don't know enough. You don't know enough about this person spiritually. You don't know enough about this person's experience, their walk, nor their purpose, nor their mission. You don't know enough. You don't know enough. And you don't care enough to focus in and pay attention. And find out. And study to show thyself approved. Study. How you gonna test somebody and you didn't study? You didn't study, but you want to just test somebody just because you feel like you can. It's kind of like that situation. You know, like how people say it's not about what you know, it's who you know. Bitch, I don't give a damn how fucking accurate that shit is in the flesh. That don't mean that shit is completely accurate in the fucking spirit realm. There's levels to this shit. And it is some accuracy to it in the spirit realm too. But it's a side to everything. Everything. These people didn't know enough about you. And somebody could have been responsible for what they did know about you. And they didn't properly educate and inform these people about you. Now imagine them getting these people caught up in some shit. Because they didn't tell these people, they didn't properly educate these people about who the fuck you are and how you really get down. Imagine your spirit family revealing themselves to somebody, and somebody know that, and they jeopardize somebody else's life out of pride, out of being accepted, out of being validated, out of how these people see them. But damn, this person that you're joining these people with targeting, you know this person one-on-one. You also are aware their spiritual family reveal themselves to you. You have all this critical information. So you just gonna commit suicide, basically. It's a suicide mission. It's a homicide suicide. That's what it's supposed to be. You're gonna allow improperly formed individuals to attack somebody that they should not be attacking. So not only are you bounded to that, and you have to pay. You have to pay. Now they gotta pay too. Even if you didn't initiate it, you don't always have to be the person to initiate the toxicity. But when it comes to leadership, motherfucker, you're supposed to be the one that shift that fucking energy instead of running with the fucking crowd on some weak shit. Because that's what it is, some weak shit. Period. I don't give a fuck what your physique look like in the flesh, bitch. Your fucking spirit could be fragile as a motherfucker. That shit could be fucking shriveled up. A shriveled up, fragile spirit man. What does your spirit man look like? How much can your spirit man bench press? What's your endurance? Your longevity? Your spirit man? Like, I'm just wondering. It made no damn sense. So now it's our responsibility to control other people, their actions, their moves, and their decision making, their morale that they should just have. God damn, that they should have retained and did the work to sustain it and maintain it. What the fuck? To prim it, tune it, attune it. People be so quick to try to weaponize the concept of self-love, and they don't even practice proper self-love. But you don't do the work to attune yourself. You don't do the work to, damn, be bold and courageous enough to do something different from these people that you've been running with for so fucking long. But you got so addicted and adapted to the attention, the validation, even if it's false, that you receive from these people consistently just so they can also feed off your dumb ass. The fuck? It's a shame. It's a shame. Shame, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. It's one thing to look the part. It's another thing to be the part. It's one thing to pretend and temporarily act like Muhammad Ali in a movie. It's a totally different thing to actually be Muhammad Ali, bitch. And that's what these motherfuckers having to learn right now. The fuck? It's one thing to look like you walk with God. It's another thing to really be about it for real. It's another thing. It's a totally different thing. It's one thing to be dripped out in Louis Vuitton. It's another different thing to be the fucking to be the creator of Louis Vuitton, bitch. The fuck? That's the difference between a creator and a fucking thief. That's the difference between God and Satan, bitch. The fuck? And I'm saying I'm intentionally using the profanity that I'm using. Very intentionally. Because motherfuckers dead ass be loyal. Be loyal to satanic ass moving people. Moving ass people. They be loyal. They return to their vomit. God had them spit some shit up. God done brought you in, chosen one, to give somebody some type of herbal remedy. They ain't never had no shit like that before. And these motherfuckers went back to vomit. They went back to vomit. And then try to make it seem like you crazy or you bitter, because yeah, you are bitters. Do y'all know what bitters are? Do you know what bitters do to your blood and your body? It purifies, it cleanses, it detoxes. The fuck? And that shit tastes fucking horrible. It tastes horrible. I ain't gonna hold you. If you're heavily acidic in your system, if you consume bitters, that shit is disgusting. It is not for the weak, but it's good for you, and it gets better. The more alkaline your body becomes, the less bitter the bitters will be. And that's how you can gauge how acidic your body is or how alkaline your body is, based on the intensity of the bitters that you're consuming. How sensitive is your palate to those bitters? But nah, motherfuckers need shit to be sweet, heavily saturated all the fucking time for them to be able to consume. Yeah. Instead of being selective about the quality of what they consume. Being properly educated about what they're consuming or what they're being invited to consume. If a person chooses to mistreat you and they don't have enough information about you, that says a lot about them and how they treat themselves. That will tell you a lot about how they treat themselves. They don't know enough about themselves, and they put themselves in situations that will possibly produce harm or conflict or confusion or discord or whatever, imbalance, because they don't know enough about themselves. So anytime somebody attack somebody that they don't fucking know, they don't know enough information, they don't have the full story, but they just full-fledged attacking the person, you a dumb bitch. You a dumb bitch. And I'm not going to internalize that shit, because this is what you do to yourself all the fucking time. And that's why that was your initial reaction or response to the shit. That's why. Because you do it to yourself. You don't know yourself, and so you put yourself in compromising positions to fuck yourself up. Even if you're telling yourself otherwise. Interesting. Interesting. These people are just being, the current version of themselves, that they've, just submitted to being, even if it's underdeveloped. And age ain't an excuse. Age isn't an excuse. There's little guru ass children walking around these fucking grounds. Get the fuck out of here with them dumb ass, regular ass, flesh ass excuses. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. People got shit fucked up. Bitch, don't think you big and you bad and you doing something because you talking at somebody, you talking down to somebody, you abusing control and shit like that. Okay, in the name of what? In the name of what? With what goal in mind? With what intent and for what reason or cause? And is it justifiable? If it's not, it means nothing. It means nothing. And you will have to reap the karma for that. Unless, if you do not do what is required. To whom much is given, much is required. If you do not do what is required to heal a situation that you've impaired, if you're not trying to take any action to contribute to the balancing of that, okay. Here's the thing. Even when you provide, for a person, like, whether it be loyalty and a safe space for them to be vulnerable, giving them sound, honest, transparent information, you know, or responses, advice, counsel, whatever, right? Showing up for them, making them a priority in your life. All these things, right? You went and you purchased the bitters because you knew you needed it. You went and purchased the bitters. You read the bottle. You read about bitters and learned the benefits. You began experiencing the benefits. You began consuming the bitters and experiencing the benefits. And that was showing on your person. Like it's showing outwardly. You got motherfuckers around you, they seeing you differently. And now it's affecting, it's changing everything subtly about you, right? Towards improvement. Why would you feel like somebody have your best interest at heart that's trying to work against that shit? You can identify within yourself the improvement. You can look at yourself. You don't even look the same no more. Why the fuck? Why the fuck would you listen to a toxic motherfucker that's been in your life, bro? These niggas been in your life before you came in contact with these fucking bitters. That fucking alcohol, that Hennessy, been in your fucking life before you came in contact with these bitters. And that alcohol didn't have the same impact and effect as these bitters did. So why the fuck would you feel like a suggestion to consume the alcohol instead? Put the bitters down, bro. Put the bitters down, bro. Get back on the alcohol, bro. Let's go get lit, bro. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitters, bro. Let's get back to the alcohol. Why the fuck would you go back to the alcohol, you dumbass motherfucker? Oh my God. Why would you go back to the alcohol? The alcohol led to, you know, problems that you didn't necessarily want to collect. So you encounter bitters, you learned and discovered bitters, and you started experiencing the benefits. And see, they haven't discovered that. So they're not experiencing those benefits. So they getting triggered, witnessing your benefits, your subtle changes towards improvement. These people that's supposed to love you and care about you, they getting intimidated. They feeling triggered. And so they want to make a toxic suggestion to pull you back on a level that makes them more comfortable with their fucking selves. How diabolical. And then have the nerve to call themselves our best fucking friend. Man, these devils are ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. Oh my God, bro. Some flying monkeys. Flying monkeys. Got so much to say in regards to a judgment being made, in regards to you and how somebody handled you, but wouldn't even be able to hang in a conversation with you for real. Shaking my head. Especially when you're somebody who studies yourself so you can be approved by God. The fuck? You study yourself. There's somebody that just studies the person that was connected to you. They studying that person, or they studying this person's aspirations. They've made their aspirations that person's aspirations. No true originality. No true authenticity. But they really feel like they're in position to ridicule and demean and belittle your authenticity. Because it's unrecognizable to them. And so because it's unknown, it's a threat to them. What's unknown is these people not knowing they fucking selves, and more than anything, not truly knowing God like they claim they do.